His historic throne speech, the prime minister having to respond to more of Trump's 51st state rhetoric after the president once again turned to Truth Social to say it will cost Ottawa $0 to join his proposed U.S. missile defense system, the whole Golden Dome, if Canada joins the U.S. He also went on to say Canada is considering the offer.
All right. That prompted the Prime Minister's office to put out a statement saying, in part, the Prime Minister has been clear at every opportunity, including in his conversations with President Trump, that Canada is an independent, sovereign nation and will remain one. And for more on all of this, let's bring in Global's Reggie Cecchini, who joins us from Washington once again this morning. Reggie, good morning to you. And after the president had been relatively quiet regarding the 51st state, here we are once again hearing from him. Do we think, because there's a lot of conjecture this morning, that maybe the King's throne speech yesterday perhaps triggered this?
Look, it's possible, Jeff and Carolyn, that there was something in the speech that might have, triggered something in Donald Trump. But there's also a possibility here that this post to social media were just thoughts from within the executive residence. And that's because Donald Trump often likes to be his own press secretary and put his thoughts out on social media. Look, there were a couple of different moments during the speech yesterday from the King that may have done something to put Donald Trump into a mood. Number one, saying that Canada can give themselves more than any foreign power or any continent can ever take away. Obviously kind of an indirect hit at Trump's target of the 51st state. But there was also the comments both from the King and from the Prime Minister that Canada is looking to enter a European armament act that would see the continent and countries involved spending $1.25 trillion on defense over the next 5 years. That could be something that also potentially angered Donald Trump. He has been critical of Canada's spending when it comes to NATO. He has said that Canada would cease to exist as a country if the American military wasn't there. But with the Prime Minister saying that more than 50 cents of every dollar spent on defense is going into the United States and that needs to change, there are a variety of different reasons that Donald Trump may have gone to social media. But again, it could simply be because he wanted the narrative changed to focus on him.
All right. Well, Reggie, his comments, though, his post, once again, contradicts what the new U.S. ambassador to Canada and a bunch of senators who just visited Ottawa told Global News, that the president had moved past all this.
Yeah, and not even just a bunch of senators, but this was a bipartisan group of senators from both sides of the aisle who were pushing back on the rhetoric having to do with the 51st state. We heard from the ambassador to Canada suggesting that not only was he done talking about the 51st state, but so too was Donald Trump. And in the past, it's typically been the media the ones who brought this up to elicit a response from Trump. But again, he opted to go and do this on his own. The question is, what is he ultimately trying to do here with these comments? Poll after poll has suggested in Canada that more than 8 in 10 Canadians have no interest in becoming a part of the United States. Polling done in the U.S. suggests that they would rather see Puerto Rico or Washington, D.C. or some other place become a 51st state and not Canada. So again, it's not clear, whether or not these were simply unorthodox negotiating tactics that turned into kind of these disrespectful comments or what it is. But Trump is not settling down. We may get some answers from him when we see him later in the day on Wednesday. But then again, we also might not.